What is next for Brock Lesnar? He just wrapped up his second run with the Universal Championship, and since that time we've had 2 Monday Night Raws come and go, and it seems safe to assume that the Beast won't be returning to the Red brand anytime in the near future. So that's what we'll be discussing today, the potential future for Brock Lesnar. And I've broken it down into 3 possible categories, outside of the category of him hanging up his gloves for good and riding out into the sunset, as you can imagine that a guy like Brock Lesnar, who's achieved as much fame and success as he has over his combat sports career, could definitely do at any point of his choosing. But as I had mentioned before, Brock Lesnar is just that, a combat sports athlete, and a proven one at that. And it's rumored heavily that he would be looking to get back into the UFC octagon for a fight against the current UFC heavyweight champion, Daniel Cormier, sometime in late August of 2019. A huge money fight that Lesnar and Cormier would both benefit from greatly, as well as the UFC president Dana White. Although if you ask him, no current plans are in place for any such fight anytime in the near future, which is a real bummer to any UFC fans that would be looking forward to seeing Lesnar return to the octagon, particularly to take on Daniel Cormier, as it would be a clash against 2 of the greatest UFC heavyweights of all time. It was also speculated on the Joe Rogan podcast that if plans for Brock Lesnar and Daniel Cormier didn't work out, that Stipe Miocic, the former UFC heavyweight champion, will be getting his rematch against Daniel Cormier, most likely coming in August. That is, of course, unless WWE chooses to keep them under their umbrella moving forward, as it seems that every time Brock Lesnar is about to leave the E, they just end up throwing millions and millions of more Saudi Arabian blood money at him. So it very well could happen that Lesnar ends up showing up at WWE's next Saudi Arabian show, which is rumored to be happening in May. Although no advertisements have been made by WWE about it, they could very well still be heading over there, as it could just be that WWE has learned their lesson with advertising Saudi Arabian events after the huge political flop that was WWE Crown Jewel, where we got to see the bastardized return of Shawn Michaels teaming with Triple H in the match that we didn't know we never wanted against Undertaker and Kane in tag team action. But if WWE has enough money in their bank account to get a guy like Shawn Michaels to come out of retirement, it's not unreasonable that they would be able to keep a guy like Brock Lesnar from leaving their company. Rumors are also circulating that WWE will be looking to keep Brock Lesnar around following SmackDown Live's move from the USA Network to Fox Sports in October of 2019. It's suggested that viewers of Fox Sports that have seen Brock Lesnar in the UFC will be more likely to catch him on Friday nights on SmackDown, and would be sure to help the Blue brand's declining ratings, as Fox Sports has high expectations for these ratings once they switch networks in October. You can check out more details for Fox Sports' expectations for SmackDown in my other videos that will be linked in the description below. They say that anything can happen in the WWE, and that statement holds true for all of professional wrestling as well. If there's money to be made and good matches to be had, good business will be made. Having said that, a third and arguably least likely of all outcomes for Lesnar would be a jump to the newly made AEW, as they've already been handing out multi-million-dollar contracts to guys like Chris Jericho. If AEW has enough money in their budget to offer guys like Dean Ambrose $6 million per year contracts, imagine the budget that they would have for a combat sports legend like Brock Lesnar. Although I really wouldn't bet on this acquisition ever happening, it's still fun to speculate in the world of professional wrestling, so there you go. There's a third option, although nothing's been set in stone or announced by the company or Lesnar himself as to where his future will land him anytime soon. I'm personally hoping to see Lesnar returning to the octagon sometime soon, as I would love to see him for a fight that isn't shrouded with controversy like it was with his fight with Mark Hunt at UFC 200. Where do you think Brock Lesnar will end up next? Sound off in the comments below, and as always, if you enjoyed the update, please take the time out of your day to drop me a like down below. And if you want more updates on Brock Lesnar, WWE, and AEW, don't forget to hit that subscribe icon so you can keep up to date on all of this, as well as everything else coming at you from the Inways Variety channel. Thank you for watching once again, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.